You are more than what you have been made to believe. But what happened? What happened? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that the nature of the woman is that of a consoler. Look at the word, console. When somebody needs to be consoled, somebody has to speak the right word to your mind, present the right picture, create the right atmosphere to bring about consolation. Is that all woman is here for? No. The Quran says God created the woman that the man may find peace and quiet of mind in her. There is no heaven for a man outside of you. Woman is the real heaven of man. Man is the real heaven of a woman. And when man and woman operate under the will of God, we create heaven on earth. And that's why you say, Our Father which art in heaven, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. That will never happen until the woman and the man are made right again. For Jesus said the kingdom of heaven is where? Within you. Let's go after it now. Have you noticed, sisters, the type of man that appeals to you? Well, certainly, being physical, you look for something physically attractive. Probably mistake number one. Child, he sure is fly. Well, all right, that's a beginning. When he is attractive to you, what is it that you feel inside for him? First of all, God created you as a consolation for somebody who is a worker and a producer. Now wait now. You don't have the spirit to console somebody that's doing nothing. Am I right? I don't care how handsome brother may be. After a while, good looks look ugly if the man is not producing. Is that right? Now wait. God created you to help the man do God's will. That's why you are called in the Bible a help meet. No, it ain't say mate. It said meet. Not M-E-A-T. M-E-E-T. Help meet what? God laid on man in his nature the responsibility to do what? God gave man power, dominion over the fowl of the air, the fish of the sea, and every creeping thing that crawls. God told man, multiply, replenish the earth, and subdue it. And he put woman there to help the man to meet what God had put on man to do. Well, if the man ain't doing nothing, then how can you help a man do nothing? So when you meet a man, he's handsome, he's good looking, he's beautiful, he has a good rap, then you ask him, what you doing? I ain't doing nothing. Where you going? I ain't going no place. Well, what do you want to be bothered with somebody who's going nowhere doing nothing? That's not who you are. And that's why most of you are unhappy women. And that's why you get married and divorced so quickly. It's because something is missing in the marriage and you don't quite understand what it is. But it's not the man's fault. Sisters, don't blame him. He's not going to be the man that he could be unless you help him to become the man that he should be. And in order for him to be that kind of man, you got to know who he is, know who you are, and then above all, know how to move him to the goal that God wants him to be at. You got to know how to do that. Otherwise, he will be living in your mouth like a dentist. And sisters, you know you are suffering from great abuse. There's hardly a woman in this audience who hasn't been beaten by some man. Although some of you getting pretty tough. You beating up your husbands nowadays. None of that should be necessary. But in this world, sisters, the white male could not stand for the black male to have power and dominion. So the white male broke the black male so that he is powerless without dominion. So now, once your man is broken, you become fair game for the victor. They call it in war the spoils of war, and they call the spoils of war booty. Now, sisters, that is what the black woman has become to the slave master's children. You are the booty or the prize that he has access to since he has conquered and destroyed your man. And then you will sing songs, shake your booty, and you will do dances that suggest that that's who and what you are. In the 1960s, singing groups called themselves the Supremes. Supreme meaning the highest. Today, our women are calling themselves bitches with problems and whores with attitudes. And we have accepted that. That shows you how far down our women have fallen. And if a nation can rise no higher than its woman. And our women are looked at as bitches and whores, and this is accepted in the society, then the nation has gone to hell because they have lowered the woman down. The nature of you is to console a productive man. The nature of you is to speak to his mind that which consoles him in his effort to do God's will. To say that a woman should not be educated is foolishness. Every woman should be knowledgeable. Why? Because a wise woman makes a wise nation. A foolish woman makes a foolish people. To keep women ignorant, looking at soap operas all day long, feeding their mind filth and ignorance, is to keep you in a state where you will never produce children that will be masters and conquerors. You will always be a conquered people because your woman has been made a foolish woman. Y'all all right? The slave masters have put us in a condition that only God can get us out of. And this is why Brother Farrakhan has been touring the country talking to black men. Because in the beginning, God said, let us make man. And unless a good man is made for you, you will feel like you feel now, unloved, unwanted. You have these beautiful children, but no father there to look after your children. You feel unloved, but then are called upon to give love to your children. But how can you give what you don't receive? You have done an excellent job with your children with hardly anything to go on. You have to ask yourself, why did this happen to us? Did God know about this? If so, why did God permit a whole people to be destroyed? Not for a day, not for a year, but for 4 centuries, and for the last 6,000 years, black people have not really had their day in the sun. Why, God? What has happened? Brothers and sisters, sisters, pardon me. Sisters, the woman, according to the Quran, should always be protected. When you have money, you try to put it in a safe place. When you have jewelry, you don't leave your jewels out for the thief to steal. You are more valuable than all the gold that's in the earth. You are a greater treasure than any treasure that can be found in the depth of the sea. But you today are unprotected.